Griffin's Industrial Welding School. My name is Mr. Griffin. Today we're going to go over a 1G, how to fill up a 1G V Groove Weld, and also how to prep the metal for the weld. We're going to be using the 3/8 inch plate, and we're going to break down every step of the process, okay? All right, so now the first thing we're going to do, because now we're going to go over a root and a hot pass. But before we go over the root and the hot, we're going to show you guys how to butt the pieces together, okay? So after you prep your metal and you put a nice landing on there, now you have to butt it together. So you want to make sure the metal is completely touching and it's flat, okay? Normally when you're butting the metal together, you want to use a cold amperage, maybe around about 70, because if it's the hotter the amperage, the more it's going to open up on the opposite side. Okay, so if you use a nice cold amperage, you just barely tack both sides, and we'll show you what to do from there. Okay, watch your eyes. Okay, so you just barely tack it. As it opens up, you want to barely tack the opposite side also. Watch your eyes. Okay. Uncover. All right, now we're going to take our rod out for a second, because you always want to take your rod out in between welds. When we flip it around, you'll see that we have a nice V groove. Okay. Now the first thing you want to do is we want to feather it. Okay. So we're going to tack it. Watch your eyes. So now that we have everything tacked, the first thing you want to do is what we call feathering the plate. Okay, so you want to feather those tacks where we just tacked it. The reason for that is 3 reasons. 1, you want to make sure that everything is clean before you start. 2, you want to make sure that you get a real good tie-in. And 3, you want to make sure that you get great fusion on both sides of the bevel. Okay, so when you're feathering it, you take your grinder. All we're going to do is barely touch the ends. All right, when you're done feathering it, you take your wire wheel. Remember, when you're taking the wheel off, you always want to unplug it. If anything goes wrong, you don't cut your hand. There's always safety first. And we want to wire wheel the surface to make sure we have a nice clean surface before we start our root pass. Okay, watch your eyes. All right, so that is how you prep and set up a 1G V Groove weld. Okay, if you look on the board over here, we have our welding tree. Now I'm gonna show you how the steps to how to fill up an actual 1G V Groove weld. If you're looking to enroll in a new career, you're in the right place. Welding is a career that's in high demand. There's a shortage of about 400,000 welders nationwide right now. So if you're really interested in learning this trade, you can sign up at griffinsindustrialweldingschool.com. You can also call us at 281-782-9713. Again, that's 281-782-9713. And you can subscribe to us at Griffin's Industrial Welding School, where hard work comes before success.